Hugh Ross is one of the nicest heretics you'll ever meet. He's a complete heretic, in my opinion. He's a nice guy, though.
I would recommend we have to stop using the charge of heresy or heretic, because all that does is raise fear, and it shuts down communication. We need to open the communication up. If people will dialogue without these charges of heresy, or you're not a Christian, or you're leading people astray, I think we can get this settled. All it takes is to get people to talk in a peaceable environment where we accept one another's Christian testimony. So you're claiming Gleason Archer is a heretic?
Well, I don't know. Never met him. I don't care what anybody believes. I care what does the Scripture say. I can read it, and I can understand it. I think the average person can too.
But can't you understand how that just closes down discussion when you say, hey, if you believe in long creation days, you're a heretic and should be ejected from the church?
I didn't say that. I said if you believe there's death before sin. Now that doctrine I would put in the category of heresy. Believing the days are long creation days.
But you can't disconnect that from long creation days.
Well, you got a good point there, so you better consider what you believe. And any other interpretation than that is a cult. We have to have Hugh Ross to tell us what this book says. I'm sorry. There were people around before you.
The fact that you use this word cult and heretic and heresy...
I know, it bothers me to have to do that. But the Bible warned us those people would come in the last days. It really does, you know, because you're such a nice guy. I'm sure some of the Pharisees were nice guys too and gave their kids camel rides when they got off work. But that doesn't mean they're right. And so you have to separate, you know, demeanor and attitude. The first time Pharisees mentioned in the Bible, Jesus was accusing them of stuff, you know. They were wrong. Now, they were good people. They were morally correct, and I'm sure you're a moral person. You try to, you know, treat your wife right and your kids right, but that has nothing to do with your doctrine. And if I come across as mean-spirited or whatever, and I don't want to do that, but if I am, that still would have nothing to do with doctrine. Elijah and the prophets of Baal, I mean, he killed them. He was mean-spirited.
Don't you understand how offensive it is for you to call into question my credentials as an astrophysicist?
I'm not calling you credentials. I'm saying what you're teaching is contrary to this book.